This is the show where Ohio throws down. Ohio is on fire. I am Daniel Diesel, and you heard some music just now. This was at 120. I played Gaunt with Sister. Then 119 was Times New Viking with No Time, No Hope, and just now number 118 was Filter with Hey Man, Nice Shot. And yes, I'm not playing all 120 songs in one night. It's going to be broken down each episode. But once again, I am Daniel Diesel. It's my season premiere, season 7. I've been doing this for over 100 episodes and now going on close to 7 years. Because my first show was back in 2007. So yeah, I can't believe it's been almost 7 years. And up next is a segment that I've been doing for most of the 7 years. It's the return of everyone's favorite segment. The segment that I know you've been quavering for all summer while you were on vacation at the beach with the hot women. You were thinking about this segment of mine. I'm talking about OMVP. That stands for Ohio's Most Valuable Pedestrian. You know what? I think I got some music. Where is it? Here we go. Yes, OMVP. Do 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 do. All right, that's OMVP music. So anyway, let's get to it. But in case you don't know, OMVP is an award that goes to people or a person that does something weird or cool. It's not negative. It's a positive award, and it's not really an award. Think of it as a pat on the back. Yes, you should be proud of yourself. That's why you get OMVP. But this, it does go to an entire city. A city in Ohio gets an OMVP this episode. And I am talking about Lakewood, Ohio. And Lakewood, Ohio is going to get an OMVP because they were named the best Ohio town in Ohio just recently. But here's a news article I got from Cleveland.com. Anyway, local Ohio magazine has selected Lakewood as one of the best 5 hometowns in the state. In fact, it's one of the best. Lakewood's amenities create a big city feel combined with a welcoming small town atmosphere, magazine editor Jim Vickers said. A thriving business district, beautiful parks, and attractive neighborhoods create the type of place that residents are proud to call home. Lakewood is one of the cities we have talked about for several years, Vickers said. We felt Lakewood is a unique community that embraces traditional hometown values. Now, Lakewood, with about 52,000 residents, is bigger than other cities recognized by the magazine. However, it provides a small-town atmosphere with summer concerts in the park and intimate festivals, Vickers said. He also pointed to new stores and restaurants downtown. This is the first year Lakewood has made the top 5. The 4 other communities on this year's list was Defiance, Madeira, St. Clairsville. Let me see that again. St. Clairsville and Westerville. But anyway, good for those. But anyways, it's all about Lakewood. I believe Lakewood is the best out of all of them. I've seen pictures. It looks beautiful. It's got a lot of beautiful trees. They got beautiful women. I don't know that for sure. I'm certain there's beautiful women. There's beautiful women in every city. And you know what? Lakewood they've worked so hard over the years to have a good city. And you know what? They are the best city in the state of Ohio. And you know what? I know. Actually, there's a comment. There's a person that debates Lakewood being the best city in Ohio. This person says, I just threw up in my mouth a little after reading this. Lakewood, please. And then someone else says, Lakewood is very nice. Benia is even nice. So some debate there. But you know what? Lakewood's awesome. So Lakewood, not only are you a small city that people can relax in, not only do you have cool summer concerts and festivals in your small parks, not only do you have a safe place for children and their families to live in, but Lakewood, Ohio, you are OMVP, Ohio's most valuable pedestrian. All right. You get a round of applause when it's OMVP time. Alright, good for you, Lakewood. A little bit more of my music. Where is it? There it is. Aha! I got some special guests in the studio. They are from the band William the Accountant. They're a band from Columbus, Ohio. They are here. But we got Andrew, and then we got Andrew, and then we got Zach, and he's the guitarist. But welcome, guys. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
All right, this is awesome. William the Accountant. Of course, they're in town this week. They will be performing at Blind Bob's this Friday, and then they'll be at the Riverscape this Sunday. So that's why they're in town. But I got some questions for them. But now, William the Accountant. That's a quite interesting name. Where did the name William the Accountant come from for your band?
Well, I feel like the singer Kevin would probably be if you wanted a 45-minute answer to that, you could ask him. But it came from a lot of things. It came from an idea, and I kind of sum up the idea in my head as like sort of like the realization that all experiences are like equally vital, and that sounds real philosophical, but just that, yeah. I mean, are we like some like cool rock band? Nah, I mean we're just like an accountant.
Well, we should say that Kevin Luce, the lead singer's dad, is named William, and his job is an accountant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is William the accountant can do just as much with his life as Zach the guitarist.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that's interesting. How come you guys don't think you're cool, though? I think if you're in a band, that means you're cool.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's just perception, you know. And we love playing music, and we love doing that. And so I just hope everybody finds out what they love. And if that's being an accountant, that's cool. If that's being in a band, that's cool too. So.
Now, I've heard some of your songs. I think you have a very interesting sound. Who was your influence for the sound that you put out there?
Well, it depends which song.
Okay.
We're putting out our second album right now, and our second album is much more influenced by Latin beats, specifically some Brazilian beats. But each of the 5 members bring totally different tastes to the music. So we have a lot of Talking Heads influence on our old album and a little bit on this album.
Oh yeah.
But Zach here even likes to bring in some metal influence and to his guitar playing, whereas I want my saxophone to just sound like percussion all the time.
Yeah. And like one of the songs is a Seu Jorge cover.
Yeah, Seu Jorge, a Brazilian man who was featured in Life Aquatic with Bill Murray.
Yeah. So.
All right. Yeah, there's some interesting mixes right there. Now, nowadays on television, there's a bunch of music reality shows. I know it began with American Idol years ago, and that was all great. But there's a bunch nowadays. Not only do we still have American Idol, but we have The Voice. We got Rising Star. I think we still have X Factor. I don't know. I think they canceled it. But there's a bunch. Are you guys fans of reality TV programming and what the purpose is?
My wife and I have a guilty pleasure that every summer we watch the reality show Big Brother.
Oh, okay.
We do have an interesting story, is that we had a former member of the band named Josh Weston from Dayton who actually got pretty far in qualifying for American Idol. And he was in the Detroit semifinal or something to get onto the show. And we found out some interesting things, namely that record companies will sign with American Idol to have their people take slots in American Idol.
Okay.
And give the publicity needed for a new upcoming artist to be able to sell a lot of records. And then after American Idol, they go back to their record company.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what to think about that.
I think, and television, it's edited and stuff like that. It's still fun. I think I feel bad when they make fun of people.
Yeah.
So I don't really watch it.
You don't want to be made fun of.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Unless they deserve it. Some of them, they have it coming because they think they're next Madonna and they're jerks to people and then they sound like Donald Duck.
Yeah,
I think some of them deserve
I'm too
it.
nice.
You are really nice.
Well, the thing about these music competitions, you're supposed to become a huge big star afterwards. So, and we only count. I know you guys have a nice niche audience in Columbus and Dayton. Are you guys? Is that a goal to become a big superstar that the whole world knows who you are? What do you guys want for yourselves?
I think we would love that we could, make a living doing what we love. I think that's what everybody wants to do.
Of course, a living is a lot less than being a star.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with the money I'm making being like a teacher.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
power, fame, I'm not really too worried about it. Though if you ask our lead singer, Kevin, he wants every single person in this world to hear our music, and I do too, but he's convinced it will happen, and we salute him for that.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to Kevin.
He's a great guy. He's not a jerk.
Yes.
He's not a jerk at all.
Yes. I'll take your word for it because he's not here. Yeah. But anyway, I got to ask you guys something. Pretend we had a time machine. It was a real time machine. And whether it was a DeLorean or some type of candle, you touch it and boop, there you go. Where would you like to go back in time to, and what would you like to do?
Well, I really liked the movie Braveheart as a kid.
Yeah.
And I have red hair, and I feel sort of Celtic. And I think I'd like to go back to like medieval Scotland.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure what I'd want to do there, because I'd probably die very quickly. But I'd like to be there.
Uh-huh. I think, man, it's so tough. I feel like I'd either like to go like 10,000 years in the past and just see what was going on, or 10,000 years in the future and see what's going on.
Have you ever answered that question, Dan?
Maybe. I think I've been asked what I want to do in the past, but never the future. But anyway, all right. Let me ask you: do you guys have a superstition? I know a lot of bands have some type of superstition. Do you guys have one, personally or as a group?
I had a superstition that I overcame in my musical endeavors. When I did not like being on stage. So when I first was playing with William the Accountant, I would get bad heartburn right before shows. So I kept a thing of Tums in my saxophone case. And then a few shows later, I stopped getting heartburn, and I haven't needed them since. But I keep them there.
Okay.
I think, I don't know if this is superstition. I hate when the band's like, when we don't write set lists, and like, oh, and it usually goes fine, but like, then they're like, what song we play? I'm like, you can't talk on stage, you have to play music all the time. So.
Yeah, that's just you.
That's just me, man. That's not a superstition, but.
All right. Now, you guys had a Kickstarter recently. Would you like to describe what was it for, and the results? What was that Kickstarter all about?
Yeah.
Well, I'd say we went about getting the Kickstarter going after we had paid for recording and mixing our album.
Okay.
The goal was to be able to travel and play music without demanding some sort of fee from a venue.
Yeah.
So that we could get into venues that were interested in having us, but we couldn't guarantee a turnout in like Washington D.C. But if we could tell them we wouldn't ask for a performance fee.
Yeah.
By raising money through the Kickstarter to cover some of the travel expenses, we wouldn't need that, so we could play bigger venues.
Yeah. Just to really let us get out there, you know, like. So, and we got vinyl.
Yeah,
we're getting vinyl like in a couple weeks or something.
A little more expensive.
Yeah, so we had the album, but the idea of the Kickstarter, like, hey, we have this album, but like, let's raise a little support so we can like take the album somewhere.
Okay.
To cities, to you know, different ways of audio, obviously in vinyl, more expensive medium.
Now, when you say you're going to go into big venues, will this be the first time you guys have done so, going to larger venues? What do you mean by that?
I guess I should say by larger venue, I mean something that would hold over 200 people. We've played shows, many a show in bars for 100, 200 people, but you know, if we've never played in D.C. We have friends there who would come, but we wouldn't be able to bring 200 people.
Yeah.
So if we can tell, you know, this venue in D.C. or we've never played in, say, Toronto, and we've never gone close to Toronto. We could tell them, hey, we're going to cover the expense. You don't have to pay us. We'd like to come and play there and show you what we can do. Yeah.
And just thinking of big places, I typically like smaller places, you know, where you can be a little closer to the crowd. I love our Dayton shows.
Yeah.
Especially Blind Bob's. I love Blind Bob's. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, Blind Bob's is going to be a good example of the kind of venue we play, and then Riverscape on Sunday is going to be kind of our next step. Yeah. In terms of venue size.
Yeah, and
awesome.
We're excited about playing that. So.
Well, I hope that goes great for you guys. But I tell you what, I think it's time to have a music break. But the good news about this music break, it's going to feature the music of William the Accountant.
You are the
Threat inflation in Europe.
Oh, blending. All right. That was new music from William the Accountant. That's going to be on the upcoming album, Zero Stroke. The first one I played was Cannon Within a Cannon. And then this one was La Margareta. I probably said it wrong. La Margareta.
La Sagrada Familia.
Yes, that's what he said. I tried. But anyway, but we got a special treat for y'all. Me and Andrew and Zach, we are going to sing a little song for you. It's a thing called Fun in Ohio. And we're going to sing the song Telephone by Lady Gaga featuring Beyonce. So are you guys ready? You say you have the lyrics.
Featuring Zach Tamplin.
Sure. Yes, and we'll sing back up. Me and Andrew will do some backup. All right. Well, let me get the music going. Wait. La la
It's been a
la.
while since I've sang this.
Okay, let's see. There we go. Perfect.
Just feel like really serious about it.
Hello, hello, baby, you
Call, I can't hear a thing. I've got no service in the club, you see. Whoa, what did you say? Oh, you're breaking up on me. Sorry, I cannot hear you, I'm kinda busy. Kinda busy. Sorry, I cannot hear you.
I'm kind of busy.
Just a second, it's my favorite song they're gonna play. And I cannot text you with a drink in my hand. You should have made some plans with me, you knew when I was free. And now you won't stop calling me, I'm kinda busy. Stop calling, I don't wanna talk anymore. Lift my head, my heart on the dance floor.
Stop calling, I don't want to talk anymore.
I lift my head and my heart on the dance floor. I'm busy.
You're doing great.
You call all you want, but there's no one home, and you're not gonna reach my telephone. I'm out in the club and I'm sipping that bub, and you're not gonna reach my telephone. You can call all you want, but there's no one home. Gonna reach my telephone. In the club and I'm sipping that bub, and you're not gonna reach my telephone. For the way you blowin', my phone won't make me leave no faster. Put my coat on faster, leave my girls no faster. Should've left my phone at home, cause this is a disaster. Calling like a collector, sorry I cannot answer. Not that I don't like you, I'm just at a party. And I am sick and tired of my phone ring. Sometimes I feel like I live in a central station. But tonight I'm not taking no calls, cause I'll be dancing. Cause I'll be dancing. Cause I'll be dancing. Tonight I'm not taking no calls, cause I'll be dancing. Stop calling, I don't wanna think anymore. I left my head and my heart on the dance floor. Stop calling, I don't wanna talk anymore. I left my head and my heart on the dance floor. Stop calling, I don't wanna think anymore. I left my head and heart on the dance floor. Stop calling, I don't wanna talk anymore. I left my head and my heart on the dance floor.
All right.
You cut whenever you want.
No, it's about 30 seconds.
Telephone. You can call all you want, but there's no one home, cause I'm out in the club. Telephone, and I'm out in the club, and I'm sipping that bub, and you're not gonna reach my telephone. You can call all you want, there's no one home, and you're not gonna reach my telephone. Cause I'm out in the club, and I'm sipping that bub, and you're not gonna reach my telephone. My telephone, cause I'm out in the club, and I'm sipping that bub, and you're not gonna reach my telephone. My telephone, cause I'm out in the club, sipping that bub, and you're not gonna reach my telephone.
All right. Hey, round of applause.
Really good.
Round of applause as heck.
We're not going to be covering that at Blind Bob's or at Riverscape.
Okay, this was exclusive for Ohio's on Fire. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, now anyway, well, I want to talk about your upcoming album, which the two songs I heard sounds like it'll be pretty good. I like the two songs I heard there.
Thanks.
But it's going to be called Zero Stroke. Now, what record label will this album coming from?
Independent.
Independently. You guys made so you guys used your own money and made it by yourselves then?
Yeah.
Yeah, we recorded it with a sound engineer in Columbus named Harold LaRue. And he helped us mix it, and then we just got it mastered. And actually, what we just listened to for Zach and I, that was our first listen of the masters. So
Yeah. So they sounded all right.
Yes, I concur. It sounded really good, man. But okay, so then now how many tracks will be on this album besides the 2 that we heard? Do you know? Okay. Maybe 10 of them.
Sure.
We're talking 7. I think 7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Yeah, it's a little short of an album. It was. Yeah. Anyway, it kind of started out we were gonna do like 4 or 5 songs, and then like songs kept getting added, so it turns into 8 songs.
Now, will Jay-Z and Beyonce be making a guest appeance on any one of these songs?
Not any of the tracks that made it on the album.
We have them booked in for our next album.
Yeah.
But
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, man.
But, yeah, and so the tracks, there's just a lot of diversity in some of the other tracks too. So it's a shame we just can't play all 8, but I guess that's how it works.
All right, now, do you know well, one more thing. When it does come out, will it be on your website or stores? Do you know where it'll be? People can buy it at?
Yeah, we're going to have it distributed at local music stores in Dayton and Columbus and Springfield and Yellow Springs, vinyl and CD. You can get it on iTunes, CD Baby,
All right.
Our website. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's good. It should be easy to buy then. That's cool. Now, once again, William the Accountant, they are in town this weekend. They got 2 big shows here in Dayton this Friday. They're at Blind Bob's. And then Sunday, they'll be at Riverscape, and it'll be an outdoor event. And now, in case it rains, they'll be protected. I guess, actually, I've been there. I guess the audience will be protected, too, because it's a big tent area.
Cool.
So that'll be cool. Well,
Yeah.
So, but other than those 2, any other upcoming dates throughout the country?
Yeah, we're playing in Louisville. When are we playing in Louisville? Man,
Right.
we're the worst guitarists and saxophonists.
Yeah.
I hope none of the other band is listening. I got it.
Oh.
See, I put all of this stuff on my phone.
Through September, October, and November, we're going to be playing almost every weekend.
Yeah.
Through the Midwest, we have shows booked in Louisville, I think Nashville, and we're working on Chicago, and Columbus will be kind of our last stop, I think, maybe in this little so-called tour
Okay.
in November.
Yeah, are we playing Columbus in September? Anyway, I know we got October 10th. We're going to be in Louisville, definitely.
All right.
So I just get told and I just show up at shows.
Well, if you're in Louisville, if it's October 10th and you live in Louisville, go see William the Accountant. They sound pretty awesome. And, of course, get their album on November. Their website, I believe you have a Bandcamp. It's williamtheaccountant.bandcamp.com.
Yeah, and just WilliamTheAccountant.com.
You have a regular website also.
Yep, cool. Yeah.
All right, we'll visit those guys. And thank you for coming.
Thank
Once again, we have Zach, the guitarist, and then, of course, Andrew. He's on tambourines, and he plays
Saxophone.
and saxophones. Well, he told me he did tambourines on that one.
That's true.
So he does a little bit of everything.
I should also say on Friday we're playing with the Grenades and
Oh, nice.
Ossicles, or Ossicles.
Yes.
I don't know how to say Ossicles.
Grenades are a lot of fun. I don't know if we played with Ossicles.
Yeah, I don't know.
But Grenade, we like, yeah, Blind Bob's a great place. Come out and leave your phones at home.
What time will that start? What's the start time for that?
I think it's 10.
Yeah, so at 10 o'clock, if you're at Blind Bob's, it's 10 o'clock. You're gonna have an awesome show. You're gonna
That's
see.
true.
You're gonna see an
That's
awesome
true.
show. And I'm me as a host. I'm gonna force you to go. I'm gonna come to your house, carry you, and then drop you off at Blind Bob's, and tie you up. And you're gonna watch William the Accountant. Dang it! All right, sorry. That was sad. That was sadistic of me. They'll be performing Friday. They'll be in Dayton this week. They'll be at Blind Bob's on Friday, and this Sunday they'll be at Riverscape. So check it out if you're interested in watching them. Should be a good time. With that, it's time for the final message. It's the first final message of this new year. And if you know me, I like to go for jugular. I like to talk about life. Or sometimes it's make you happy, might make you cry, might make you think. But that's what the final message is all about. And for tonight, I want to talk about one of the most big stories of the summer, and that was Robin Williams when he committed suicide about 3 weeks ago. So that wasn't really that long ago. But it shocked the world, and it shocked me. I have fond memories of Robin Williams when I was a kid. I remember he was the voice of the genie in Aladdin. I'd watch his movies. That was probably one of the first movies my grandparents ever bought me, and just watch that movie over and over again. Like, oh, I'm the genie, hoo-hoo. And he'd grant 3 wishes. They had that big blue genie. And then there was Mrs. Doubtfire. I really enjoyed that movie too when I was younger. Other movies I enjoyed of Robin Williams, I enjoyed World's Greatest Dad. I liked that. I enjoyed Flubber. I liked it when I was a kid. I don't really care for that movie now. It's kind of a stupid movie. Like, it didn't like a lot of story development. It was just a lot of stupid gags to make people laugh. There was that. And also The Dead Poets Society. One of my favorite performances by him. And then he was also in he was also in I'm drawing a blank. It was that movie with Matt Damon and crap, I'm gonna kick myself after to the show. It was that movie with Matt Damon where he goes to college. I can't think of it. I can't believe that. I've never done that because I love that movie. It's him and Matt Damon and Ron Williams. He plays a professor and he won the Academy Award. So anyway, I'm going to kick myself later for that one. I can see it in YouTube comments now. Daniel, I can't believe I forgot the name of that movie. It's drawing a blank to me right now. So anyway, that movie, I liked it. And Robin Williams, it was a really big shocker. Another performance of his I really enjoyed was a music video for the song Don't Worry, Be Happy. Wonderful song by Bobby McFerrin. But also, it was he was in a music video. Yes, he was in the music video, and he danced around with Bobby McFerrin, and there was another guy in there. Yeah, something else. So I always enjoyed that, especially when I was younger. I know they used to air it on VH1, I think in the afternoons. Or late. They played music videos all the time back then. My grandma knew I liked it, so she would look for it, and there it would be, and we'd watch it together. So that was probably my first early experience with Robin Williams and his wonderful work. Good Will Hunting. I just thought of it. The movie Good Will Hunting. There you go. That was one with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and Ron Williams. So there you go. I can't believe I forgot that. And on the air, too, because I remembered it this morning. Good Will Hunting. But Robin Williams, he was found dead. He hung himself by his neck. And he tried to even cut his arm. It was, from what I heard, a brutal scene. When the police found him. He was by himself. He was hung up. It was very disturbing and saddening to learn that he did commit suicide. And as a kid, I was always taught that suicide was for cowards. And growing up, going to elementary school or high school, that was actually some of the things people would tease about. That you're supposed to live, and if you're religious, if you believe in any type of religion, most of them, there's a heaven and a hell, and there's like a conduct of how to treat yourself and to treat others. And one of the things you don't do is commit suicide. Because committing suicide meant you automatically went to hell. That's what they say in the Christian faith and the Catholic faith. And I think, I guess the Jewish faith too. It's something you just don't do if you want to go to heaven. And if you killed yourself, you were, let's just say that you didn't die with honor. Like most people, when they die, they get a nice, peaceful funeral. People say, well, he lived his life. He died the right way. And I have heard of some people in the past that have killed themselves. They didn't have very good funerals. They were either members of churches or they didn't have a lot of friends. But the thing is, they'll find a funeral director to conduct funerals. They say that we'll treat him with her or him with the respect that he needs. And then they'll kind of pull 180, like someone comes over them. And they say, he took the coward's way out and commit suicide. I have heard of that. I have heard of people doing that before, when they said they wouldn't do that, and then they did. Now, with that being said, yes, for the longest time, I thought that you were the ultimate coward, and you would automatically go to hell if he committed suicide. Now, as a 28-year-old man, I'm having different thoughts about suicide when it comes to the integrity of the person that winds up committing it. A lot of it, there are some debate. The one part of the debate is that Robin Williams was in early stages of Parkinson's, which affects your nerves more than your brain. I can see that if you have a brain issue and you can't help yourself, and you do something to yourself that wind up killing yourself, that perhaps it's not really killing yourself. You were killed by your disease. But Parkinson's is not mental. He was depressed, and that's sort of mental. Robin Williams, he was suffering from depression. A lot of people do. Millions of people across this country, they suffer from depression. When I first heard of Robin Williams, that he did die from suicide, I didn't think he was a coward. I thought, well, it's sad that a guy is no longer with us. I think of all the wonderful stuff that he did, and what a wonderful father he was, and all the charity work that he did. He did a lot of charity work for children, and he did a lot of children's movies like Mrs. Doubtfire and Flubber, and World's Greatest Dad, and Night of the Museum movies. He did those first two, and he's going to be in the third one, which will be out on Christmas. That was kid friendly, so he did a lot of kid friendly stuff too. I don't think he was a coward. I think that he was, I guess when you decide to take your life, I guess maybe you feel that there's nothing else to live for. Because we all live personal lives. I know he was struggling with a relationship with his ex-wife. And I know his daughters had grown up. He was alone a lot. Some takes over people at that age. And the other thing, another analogy I want to bring up, it was very interesting. It was from a TV show. I used to be a big fan of the show Rescue Me when it was on. And of course, I own the season 1 DVD. And I'll try to get. I really love that show. I thought it was a good show. In one of the episodes, they talk one of the characters committed suicide. He was the fire chief. He was like in his late 60s, but he was unhappy with his life. And he committed suicide. He got shotgun to his mouth. And then the fire people, the other firefighters, they talked about like days later. Of course, Dennis Leary, he was the star of the show. He was the one that did a rant. Like all the other fire guys said he was a coward. Like it's God's decision when you die. Quite frankly, the guy was a coward. And then that was when the Dennis Leary character, he was like, you know something, that man saved hundreds of lives. He was saving lives before you guys were even diapers, and he went on this rant. And of course, I'd love to play the clip, but he swears like a pirate. It was an FX show, and I can't play that, unfortunately. So rent the DVD. It's on Amazon. I think that was season 4, I think. Season 3 or season 4. But he went on this rant that he earned the right to commit suicide because of all he did in this life. I'd never heard that analogy before. I was shocked by it. I wasn't really angry, but I was just shocked. I think anyone watching that would hear that would be shocked. I think religious people would be shocked too. Especially if they agree that you're not supposed to kill yourself. That being said, although I am a spiritual person myself, I know a lot of people are. That's religion deals with spirits and exact faiths. But it's called faith for a reason, because it's not fact. Nothing in this life is fact until we see it for ourselves. I don't know that Robin Williams is in hell right now, or if anyone else that's ever killed themselves is going to go to hell. I don't know. I don't believe in my heart he is in hell. Assuming that we have a hell, we'll assume that there is a heaven and a hell in the afterlife. I think hell is for people that are really, really evil. People like Saddam Hussein and Adolf Hitler, and people that did really, really bad things on purpose. And that's my theory again. People that do bad things on purpose, karma comes to them, and the worst things that could happen to them will happen. And people who mean well, there will be better things in this life. And even after they pass on, there's I like to think there's a better world out there. So I don't think Robin Williams is in hell. I think we need to rethink how we deal with suicide. And like if you hear of a kid in high school committing suicide, we shouldn't be quick to judge. We shouldn't call him a coward. We shouldn't go to the lunch table saying, "Oh, he's a coward," because we don't really know that. And quite frankly, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to hell, because that's where it stems from, that their soul is forever tortured because they ended their own life. So, let's just say, as nowadays, I don't necessarily think you'll automatically go to hell if you do commit suicide. I think it depends on the context. Like, if you said you're going to be there for someone and then you escape it by committing suicide, I would see that as someone being a coward. And Robin Williams didn't do that. Like, he didn't have any responsibility anymore. He was alone a lot. And perhaps he thought he was going to die soon when he had that early onset of Parkinson's. So that depressed him. I guess he decided to go out on his own terms. And I do believe Robin Williams. I remember the happy things. I think most people think happy thoughts when it comes to Robin Williams. So that's an example of someone who's not automatically disqualified from social honor and critical honor just because he killed himself. I believe he will live on, and I do believe he's in a better place. I think he wasn't taking an act of a coward. I believe something was going on and it got to be too much, and he reacted poorly, but not as a coward. And we need to redefine what a coward is. So with that being said, that's my thoughts on that. I'll be on again next Tuesday night. I'll have another live episode next Tuesday night here on WSU 106.9. And I'm hoping that we'll launch that website. I will find out from Patriot Patrick what website we will air on. And I will experiment once again with the web stream, because we are trying to get web streaming for my show and some other shows. Historically, we have not had great connection, and that proved to be true again tonight. I don't know if I screwed something up, because every once in a while it does work, and I was told it was going to be better. So far, it's not so good, so I don't know about the web streaming, but I will work on it, because I got some cool idea for shows this year. And I hope you enjoy it. But once again, you can find me at www.facebook.com/OhioIsOnFire. And I'm also www.twitter.com/OhioIsOnFire. And then for YouTube, it's www.youtube.com/OhioF. And that's it. And next week, I have a group called Welcome to Dayton. They're an international group. They're having a big soccer tournament that weekend. The World Soccer Games, sponsored by Welcome to Dayton, and we will talk political issues in this country. Then we'll talk about their role in Dayton, Ohio, in the community, and then we'll talk about soccer and the big event that they have and how people react to it, and some stories from that event, because I've never seen it myself. There might be video clips, but they'll be here next week. Many members. I think it's going to be, right now I've been told there's going to be 4 members that work for that group. They'll be here live in the studio, and we will talk. So Welcome to Dayton will be here. So next Tuesday night, 8 p.m., Welcome to Dayton interview, along with more music. We'll continue the top 120 countdown of the best Ohio songs ever, and another dim weekly music showcase, OMVP. And I'll do the best I can. I'll do better next time. I was rusty. I was gone for a whole month, so hope you liked it. It was my season premiere, my 7th season. I can't believe it. So, right now I'm going to leave you with some Peter Gabriel, but this has been Ohio's on Fire. In Ohio, that's the way it is. Warning, this episode of Ohio is on Fire contains strong opinions and viewpoints that belong to the host and guests that appear on Ohio is on Fire. This show contains entertainment and honesty that reaches extreme levels. Please do not try this at home.
Tyrants did it. Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms.
My name is Elizabeth Holford, and I'm the Executive Director at Equality Ohio.
I have a First Amendment.
Equality Ohio.
These officers want me to leave this position just because you got cameras.
Equality Ohio.
Can you believe it?
Witnesses say during a heated confrontation, a healthcare reform opponent had his pinky finger bitten off when he stuck it in a healthcare reform supporter's face. Police say the 65-year-old man picked up his finger and drove himself to Los Robles Hospital, where they're now trying to reattach it. Police tonight are searching for the biter who ran from the scene.
Enough! Silence! I can't take no more. Fire! 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 Fire!
Let's just talk. Listen, I'm sorry. You're highly professional at what you do. Get here and